So today we're jumping into another breakdown of a new launch in Dubai. As you know, I have been buying off-plan properties for a long time here in Dubai and I've seen some very nice gains. But in today's video, I want to go through everything that you need to know about Gulf Point in Emaar South. Now, Emaar South is an area that is quite far away from a lot of things in Dubai, but it's right next door to very interesting developments. And I'm pretty sure you guys are going to want to pay attention to this video. Now, here on this channel, we go through a number of different opportunities in the world of property and relocation. And guys, if you are interested in purchasing property in Dubai, feel free to head to the links in the description. And if you do want to stay up to date with exactly what is going on with the Dubai real estate market and what I'm personally doing with my real estate investments across the globe, then smash that subscribe button and let's get into it.
Being very modern and very new, Emaar is keeping it state of the art, so everything's fantastically designed and built, as you can see here. And they always deliver at their promise. So looking into Emaar South, is located right here, right next to the airport. Now, it's important to point out that the area is not on the plane path. So the previous airports that you've seen, for example, Midliff, is right on the plane path. So the plane goes right above the villa community, the buildings, everything else. While as the Emaar South doesn't. That's not going to have such the noise pollution currently people experience is not going to happen here. Not in this area. So if we're going to be looking at Emaar South and Emaar as a whole, generally, we cannot not say that Emaar is leading the industry and has made over 40 billion in sales and is the second largest developer, of course, after China. The airport is expecting 160 million passengers annually. Now, this is on completion, let's say around 2030. Dubai does plan to be this global aviation hub. So this area will appreciate not for the purpose of people only living there, but for business purposes. That means long-term, short-term will be massive. And in terms of this number we're talking about right now. So, and at this point, because it's half a decade away, it's an affordable pricing. And capitalizing on those properties is, unlike anything else in the country at the moment. So you would see here there are a few Emaar communities have been built already, like Urbana, for example. You have some Expo Gulf villas that have been, most of which are still not completed, but are currently very expensive. The townhouses being built, we're going to go through them now as well, are still very affordable. So they have not even begun to appreciate. And you will notice this entire community is filled with greenery. So they wanted this healthy lifestyle kind of community. Everything is in-house, everything. So top tier schools, you have the parks, the landscaping, the town center, which has everything in terms of retail, dining, entertainment. So there won't be anything that you would need outside this community. Everything is within. In terms of tourism, sightseeing, yes, you would go across. The metro is only maybe 5 to 7 kilometers away from this area to Dubai Mall and everywhere else. So it'll be easy to commute in case someone does not have a car. Now you're looking at a 40-minute drive anyway to the mid-city of downtown. So it's not that much of a, travel. What's interesting that you would notice the latest projects are called Gulf Point, Gulf Lane, and Gulf Views, which have this 18-hole championship golf course, which we know a lot of people with high stature normally have this as a hobby. So they want to attract this kind of lifestyle into the community. Something very proper, something very lush. Moving forward, so in terms of pricing, you're looking at a one-bedroom at the starting price of 850. Now that varies maybe 100 to 200 more or less, depending on the area. You would notice here, and we'll go through the floor plans to show you exactly why they're different. There's more than 10 types of each apartment, depending in case unit size or apartment or balcony size. We're going to go through that. So it's 1.2 million for 2 beds and 2.05 million for a 3-bed, which we know in case you find something ready and in the city is going to be much more than this current pricing here.
Interesting,
And of course, this price is going to more than double in the next 5 years.
Undoubtedly, 850K as a starter for an Emaar unit, 1 bedroom. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, and in this industry, people don't like to say the word guaranteed, but
Mm.
at this point, in terms of Emaar being who the developer is, and the
Yeah.
future of what Dubai is heading for, we can very safely say it is a guaranteed ROI on all
Yeah.
of these.
Yeah.
Okay, so you would see here the differences in terms of one bedrooms. You either choose a smaller living area but a much larger balcony, or a larger living area with a much smaller balcony. So there are more than maybe 8, 9 types. So there's always something for someone.
Nice. Yeah.
Same thing for the 2 bedrooms. You would notice the difference in terms of size. Now, this is all sellable. So when we say 800 to 1,000 square feet, it's all the same in terms of price per square feet, but you choose how you like to live in it. Or what would you think works better in terms of investment or rent?
Yeah. Amazing.
And a 3-bed, same thing. So you would notice here 3 small, like 2 small balconies or a massive one.
Wow.
Everyone has a preference.
Yeah. Fantastic.
And they're similarly priced because there's pros and cons to each unit. So the payment plan for Emaar is always an 80-20. So 80% before completing the project and 20% on handover, or 90-10, which is normally on the townhouses and villas.
Yeah.
You do pay 20% within the first 2 months or 3 months of booking, and then you pay 10% every 6 months, and then it depends on the construction completion. You pay the remaining 10%. And by completion, you pay the 20% and it's fully paid. So there is no handover at this point. Emaar does not make it very easy because of the traffic and demand on their units.
Of course, they don't need to make it. It's nearly a privilege to be able to access one of these as a price of 850 to 1.05 mil. It's
of course, definitely. Now, if we look at the same area of the ones being built as well, so the townhouses of a 3-bedroom, which was also a recent townhouse, the last townhouse project released, you're looking at a 3-bedroom townhouse, very luxuriously made, beautiful, for 2.72 million, and a 4-bedroom for 3.1 million.
Yeah.
And of course, in case someone wants a large villa, you're talking about a 4,000 build-up. This includes living area and garden. You're looking at a 4-bedroom, 4.48 million, and a 5-bed for 5.36 million. Still less than the Expo City villas who are not built by Emaar, by someone else.
Phenomenal, unbelievable pricing for a 5-bed villa for that price. Amazing. Is there much variance in that price, do you think, or is that more or less?
Less, because you would notice here that the area of the build-up is very minor. Very minor, not even 100 square feet.
Yes, yeah, I got you.
So the price will be maybe 50K more or less.
Yeah.
Or so. 500, sorry, more or less.
Yeah, fantastic.
So that's basically is the overview for that.
So there's the facts. So we touched loosely on opinion. I'll share mine and would be fascinated to hear yours, Yafi. I know we want to keep it more factual rather than opinion based, but I have to say I think that's a phenomenal opportunity. Truthfully, I would have loved to grab one of the 1-beds, but obviously they went in a flash. I suppose here's the question: do you think there's going to be more releases in the area? Is there more to come? Is there going to
has now changed the structure? They're launching a project every 1 week, basically. Sometimes 2 projects every 1 week.
Yeah.
Some of them are in different areas, but every 2 weeks we're looking at a new project in Emaar South. Because they want to be ready by 2030 for everything to be completed.
For the full region to be fully developed. And that's why they're constantly releasing. Interesting. And give us your unfiltered thoughts on it. Imagine tomorrow we're talking 2028, you're living in Golf Point. What do you think it'll be in terms of a feeling and a vibe?
No, definitely. It'll be a much luxurious Mirdif type. Something that I would live in for sure. Because look, you're nearby an airport.
Yeah.
There's going to be a very lively area. Yeah. A lot of people will want to live here, especially people who often travel, tourism.
Yeah.
The people think at this point that it might be far away, but no. This whole distance doesn't matter when you live somewhere, as we do as residences. And for tourists, of course, they're minutes away from the airport.
Yeah.
They're even saying that Emirates is going to be moving here as well. So if that happens, you can imagine what their plan is.
It makes sense. You'd have to think that's the plan. If DXB is going to be folded potentially and repurposed, why would Emirates not be, right beside it on site? And I love the description of like midriff in the sense of like you can see and feel the low rise kind of vibe, and obviously the atmosphere rather, and the fact that it's so green is unbelievable. Yeah.
And people who currently live in Mirdif cannot live anywhere else. So I'm sure a lot of those people are going to be moving here as well, because everyone's job is in this area of the town now. Things are changing, and this is the future.
You mean in the sense of people living in midriff, they're associated with working in the airport, they're going to want to be beside it? Is that kind of what you mean?
No, lifestyle. In terms of lifestyle, if you've ever been to Mirdif, it's of course nothing like this in terms of greenery or landscape, but does have a little. But that kind of community type, people love, people have gotten used to. So they want to stay in it. So if you give them something similar, but on a much more luxurious type, for sure, it's going to be highly demanded. And
the fact that for the international traveler, and as you said, for short-term letting, the ability to be home, 10 minutes after landing, and no doubt Al Maktoum will be unbelievably sophisticated. No doubt, like upon arrival, you'll be out rapidly. I think that's a super selling point.
So with that said, hopefully you have learned exactly the value proposition of Gulf Point. Please do remember, of course, we are not endorsing you to buy or sell anything. Of course, we are not endorsing you to buy or sell anything right now. You guys need to make your own decisions in this space. Based on this video, you can start more research. And if you do want to contact us, there will be all of the links that you need down there in the description. With that said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.